Hi there Internet, my name is ᴜsᴇғᴜ and I am one of eToro's most copied popular investors. I have a topic today that is specifically for my copiers, and that is the topic of adding funds. Let's take a look right now. So when I make my videos about my strategy or my stock reviews or my copier updates, I'm happy for everyone to see the amount of money in my account, and this means that some of my copiers have asked why I have such a relatively small amount of my net wealth invested in eToro. And that's a fair question. And on the other hand, I have a pretty broad investment portfolio in property, startups, and passive funds outside of eToro. And I want to start making some of my bodacious gains on some of that money. And so what I have decided to do is add funds to my account. So I will be adding about $100,000 to my account, and that's going to happen somewhere in the next week. This will mean that my account is now 140% larger than it was before I added the funds. It's a significant increase, but the way that I will do it means that you, my copier, do not need to do anything. You will get a notification from eToro saying that I've added funds. You can ignore it. You don't need to stop and recopy. There's no negative effect on you when I do this, and actually there might be some positive ones depending on where your copy is at right now. So I wanted to use this video to talk you through my plan, why am I doing it, and there are some other questions that I think you might want to know the answers to. I can only add this amount of money to eToro through a bank transfer. I therefore cannot time when it lands in my account. I just know that it's going to happen in the next week or so. When this happens, you will get a notification, I'll get a notification, and this will not affect us in any way whatsoever. When the money does arrive in my account, my plan is during that trading day to close all of my positions, every single one, close them all down so that all I have in my account is cash from closed my positions plus the cash that I've added. And then in that same trading day, reopen all of my positions, probably in the same proportion as when I closed them, maybe with a little bit of tweaking so that my smaller copiers still manage to get all of my smaller positions. So in doing it this way, by adding the cash, closing everything, and reopening, it means that if you cannot afford to add money or do not want to add money, you will not be affected. You don't have to add funds. When I buy everything again, your copies will buy everything. So you'll be fine. I will have added funds. Why am I doing this? So I want to make sure that you know that I've got skin in the game. I know that the market is a little bit rocky at the moment. I'm looking at the chart right now. I always am. And just so that you know that I am confident in my ability, but also growth in the market through this year, I want to have a reasonable amount of money that you can see in my portfolio in play at any time. If you're going to put money on me, I should put a decent sum on myself. There are some stock prices, so I can't say when the market is going to bottom out. The rotation is in play. What I can say is that some stock prices are looking pretty good right now. That doesn't mean that they're going to not go lower, but it means that if there are some stocks that if I bought them right now, even if they went lower, I'd be happy to hold them through however low they go. So I want to start taking advantage of that. I want to make a great return on a larger portion of my money. So as I said, I've got money in passive funds and various other assets, but my eToro returns beat almost everything, except maybe for some startups. Some startups really do go to the moon, but they're very risky. I feel like this is less risky. And by flattening and rebuilding my portfolio, all the sync issues that anyone has experienced in the past few weeks, they will be gone. And also I will adjust my portfolio a little bit so that my smallest positions are slightly larger, which gives smallest copiers a little bit of headroom. Okay, and then there are some other questions. So when is this happening? I don't know exactly, somewhere in the next week or two. It doesn't really matter when it happens, I'll take care of it. If you can't afford to add funds, you don't have to. Do you need to stop and recopy? No. Do you need to do anything? No, you don't need to do a single thing. That's one of the advantages of taking this approach. if you are a recent copier, your copy might be in the negative, right? So I think I'm down 6% from my all-time high in February, before the sell-off. And so you might be sitting on a minus 6%. Me selling everything and then rebuying it almost instantly doesn't change the picture at all. It doesn't mean that you've lost less or more. It just means that the positions would have been cycled. But later in the year, it'll be fine. We'll be in profit. It'll be fantastic. Does this affect the minimum copy or amount of funds to add? No, it does not. It means that my very smallest copiers will be in a better position with some headroom when I open some of my smaller trades. If I want to add funds, should I do it now or after you've executed your plan? So it shouldn't matter. But if you do add funds before, it would mean that you would be copying all my positions, paying the spread, then I would close all those positions and reopen them, and you would pay the spread again. So the spread is quite low on average across my portfolio. It's between 0.2 and 0.3%. But if you were concerned about that, you could add funds and not copy open trades, and the money would just sit there and wait, and you would pay the spread once I do buy. Will you communicate when you're about to close and reopen your positions? Yes, I am all about planning and communication, as some of you will have noticed. So I will definitely communicate every step of the way. All right, that's about it. I don't want to flog a dead horse too much. I'm doing this today. Depending on how it goes, I might add a similar amount further down the line, but it won't be in less than, let's say, 9 months. Okay, all right, so hope that makes sense. If you've got any questions, let me know. But the takeaway from this entire video is, when I do this, when I execute this plan, you don't need to do anything. You will not be negatively impacted. Everything will be cool. All right, cheers. Bye.